Alright, what is going on, guys? Welcome back. This is our last break for today. We have our 2020 update baseball, the update series, 4-box break number 3. Let's get into this owner's list. Alright. Let's see if you can find some good cards to end off the night. Alright, first box. 24 packs per box, 16 cards per pack. Alright, first box. Okay. Gonna try and find some more good rookies for you guys. right. Yep, good luck to everybody, man. Appreciate you, Matt. Hopefully I can pull you some good, man. You got the White Sox, and they're looking for Luis Robert. I'll try to get you a nice portrait or nice auto of him, hopefully. Okay, first stack. Just base here. Alright. Got a Rivera and a portrait Wood out to the Cubs. Okay. Then we have a Chris Stavinsky and then a Forrest Whiteley, the Astros, and Brinson to Miami. Okay. All right, on to the Mets. We have David Wright. Nice David Wright to the Mets. Portrait Mussina. Okay, then we have a Ryan McMahon. It is going to be our first auto in this break. Ryan McMahon, second baseman. He's out to the Colorado Rockies. Too bad. This is out to us. 14 of 50. First sticker auto, Ryan McMahon. First box, solid. Then we have a portrait. Bogos out to the Boston Red Sox. That was a pretty good auto there. Okay. Mike Trouts. Okay, then you have a 1990s best, Moreno Rivera, and the Santos down to the Chicago Cubs. Clayton Kershaw behind him. Okay. We have a Petite portrait, Ken Griffey Jr. Eddie Murray to the Orioles, and then a Winfield out to the San Diego Padres portrait. Bobby Dalbec out to the Red Sox, and the Kwang Kim to the Cardinals portraits. Bo Bichette. Okay, we have a Grace portrait to the Chicago Cubs. Okay. Alright. So, flip backwards card is going to be our SSP Joe Panic Portrait Akiyama. Alright. Another nice portrait there. Alvarez to the Houston Astros. And Sabathia to the Yankees portrait. Tim Raines, Bo Bichette out to the Toronto Blue Jays. Nice Bo Bichette. First portrait of him. Alright. Okay, first up we have a Willie McCovey to the Giants. Then a Biggio to the Astros. Joey Votto. Then we have Albies. I don't see that Atlanta Braves. That's a nice gold portrait there. Another portrait Castellanos to the Reds. Albert Pujols. Ryan Howard. Portrait Buxton to the Minnesota Twins. Nice Gavin Lux there, rookie. Still looking for that Arozarena. Haven't found him yet. Then we have another SSP, Travis Thompson. Clark Schmidt to the Yankees. And a Murray portrait, Aaron Judge, Ripken. Okay, Shogo Akiyama, portrait Smoltz. Kyle Lewis, nice rookie there. Jacob deGrom. Alright. Okay, first two portraits. A McCovey to the San Francisco Giants. And following him will be a Luis Robert. Our first Luis Robert portrait this break. Nice Luis Robert, Matt. Told you I would get you one. Alright, moving on. See if I can find some more White Sox history, man. Alright. We have a Smith and a Turner portraits. Okay. All right, then we have for our SSP out to the Rockies, a Josh Fuentes. Then a portrait Clevinger. Zach Green behind him. Ken Griffey Jr. Another Acuna. That's pretty nice. Thurman Munson, a portrait Pence to the Giants. Verlander, Harper. Alright, last stack of our first box here. Okay, first up we have a Brian Hayes to the Pirates, much into the Philadelphia Phillies. Alright, nice 20 years, Captain Derek Jeter. And then we have Sugo to the Tampa Bay Rays, Pete Alonso, Chris Bryant. Then we have a Miles Straw to the Astros. And then a Jonathan Davis. And a Carter to New York Mets. Right. Second box now, guys. So far, so good. Got a nice auto in our first box. Luis Robert. guys, first stack for our second box here. Okay, let's get it going. All right, Griffey, that's nice. Ken Griffey Jr. to the Cincinnati Reds portrait. Rendon portrait. Matt Davidson. Okay, Cincinnati Reds, decade's best clubber, the Texas Rangers portrait. Okay. Nice Stanton. Andrew Gimenez, and then a Walker to the Colorado Rockies. Okay. All right, Willie Mays to the San Francisco Giants. Okay, then the Mookie Betts to the Dodgers portraits. Okay. And then a nice Josh Jung to the Rangers. He is going to be numbered to 299. 219 of 299, Josh Jung. All right. Next stack here. Okay, Yamaguchi portraits. Frazier. Nice portrait McCovey. Chapman. Nice Gavin Lux rookie there. Pete Lambert. Then the Alvarez portraits. Okay. Josh Donaldson to the Twins. A Seaver to portrait. Then right behind him is a Kyle Lewis. Some nice rookie there. Jacob deGrom. Hubert Ruiz. Simon portraits. And then we have a Jesus Luzardo. Okay. Sandy Koufax. Then a Derek Jeter to New York. Clayton Kershaw, Buster Posey. And Aguilar. All right. Bregman. Okay. Next we have a nice numbered card. It is going to be a Nick Turley. He is numbered to 300. 297 of 300. Then a Kaboom, the Washington Nationals portraits. Ken Griffey Jr. I guess Bo Bichette there. Then we have a Javier Baez to the Cubs. Grandal to the Chicago White Sox. Alonso, a bench portraits, Justin Verlander. A nice portrait Murphy, and a portrait Cole to New York. Mike Trout, Jose Suarez, Tom Levine, Robinson portrait, Pete Alonso, Chris Bryant, all right. Okay. Next we have a Joe Cannell SSP. Nick Madrigal. Another Murphy portrait. Lambert, Kershaw. Okay, Dave Winfield to the Padres. Griffey Jr. again to the Reds. Joey Votto. Nice Albies to the Atlanta Braves. Albert Pujols. Zach Wheeler. Pujols. Jose Altuve. Derek Jeter. A Price portrait. Filler. Then we have a nice Luis Robert here. Look at that. Nice Luis Robert. Again for you, Matthew. Still be a nice Luis Robert there. Look at that. Okay. Next we have another our first Gavin Lux portrait. That's nice. All right. Mookie Betts to the Dodgers, portrait Piazza. Oops. Josh Jung to the Rangers, Stargill, portrait. Aquino. 24, Willie Mays. Bayer portraits. Okay, Suarez. A nice Thomas there. Ryan portraits, Zach Green, Kenny Griffey Jr. All right, third box, guys. As we can get. Alright, guys. First stack. First up, David Price to the Dodgers. Portrait Grace to the Cubs. Okay. Zach Greinke. Portrait Kaboom to the Nationals. That's a nice portrait there. Another portrait Akiyama. Albert Pujols, Zach Wheeler. Another Albert Pujols. New York Yankees, portrait Bo Bichette. On to the Toronto Blue Jays. Alright. Chapman, Rizzo, Gavin Lux, Flex Hernandez, Terrence Gore, Alec Bohm, then a Sabathia to the Yankees. Portraits, Aaron Judge, Ripken Jr., Gavin Lux, that's nice. Gavin Lux to the Dodgers. Wood, portrait, Kyle Lewis, Johnny Davis, Jacob DeGrom. Nice portrait, Brinson, Sean Murphy, Anthony Alford, Hunter Pence, Jesus Luzardo. All right. Okay, then we. Okay. Hank Aaron, Smoltz portraits. Bo Bichette. Kenyon Middleton. Another Luis Robert for you, Matt. That's number 3 for you. Nice portrait, Luis Robert. Zach Green. Kenny Griffey Jr. And a lot of hits for you, man. Willie Stargell, Santo, portraits, Verlander, Harper. Wander Franco to the Rays. Petite portraits, Trout. Winfield portrait, Pete Alonso. Then we have a nice SSP Christian Yelich. Portrait Kim to the Cardinals. Greg Allen. Shohei Ohtani to the Angels. Tsugo portrait. Jalen Beeks, Howard, Cabrera. Nice Derek Jeter to the New York Yankees. Portrait, Carter portraits. Okay. Miguel Cabrera and the Big EO portrait. Then for our SSP, we have a Jake Newberry. Jake Newberry, Colton Weckler to the Rockies. Castellanos portrait to the Reds. Nolan Ryan, Buxton portrait. Alright, last stack of our third box. Alvarez. Nice portrait Murray, Frazier, Garcia, Logan, Robinson. Nice Aquino, Gore, Paul Goldschmidt, Mookie Betts to the Dodgers portrait, Chapman, Gavin Lux there. Then we have a Nico Renner SSP. Nice Yamaguchi portrait, Aaron Judge. We have a Bryce Harper to the Phillies. One second here. Bryce Harper to the Phillies. A Turner portrait. Then we have a Chris Patchy to the Braves. Clevinger portrait. A Pence portrait. Clayton Kershaw. Buster Posey. Gabe Spear, Munchin portrait, Ken Griffey Jr., and Justin Verlander. Alright guys, moving on to our last box. Appreciate you guys for sticking around. Let's get into the glory box. SSP that we got of Luis Robert. Right about there. So you guys can see that in its glory. Right. First stack of the last box underway. Quino. Louis Lou Brock, Covey portraits. Nice portrait there of Turner. Portrait Alvarez as well. Alright. Ryan Sandberg. A Seaver portrait. Ryan Mountcastle. Nice Simon portraits. Okay. And Jesus Luzardo. And then another Derek Jeter portrait. Right. Let's keep it going. Portrait Kaboom. Mike Trout. Warren Span. Bench portrait Clayton Kershaw, Buster Posey. All right. Kendall Graveman, a Cole portrait, Francisco Lindor, Ken Griffey Jr. Tim Lincecum, Robinson portrait. Nick Allen, Murphy portraits. All right. Then we have a, grab that, Hall Newhouser, Griffey Jr. portrait again. Okay, and we have a numbered card here. It is going to be a Starlin Castro. He is numbered at 300, 84 of 300. All right. We have an Albies to the Braves portrait. Okay. Next stack here. Got a DeGrom. Dwight Gooden. Price portrait. Then we have a Yamaguchi portrait. That's a nice portrait. Another Gavin Lux. That's a nice Gavin Lux portrait. Bo Bichette. Derek Jeter. Piazza portraits. Chapman. Nice Gavin Lux there. Okay. Then we have a David Price SSP to the Dodgers. Dylan Carlson, Stargell portrait, Aaron Judge. Ryan Howard, portrait Boyer, Kyle Lewis, Jacob deGrom. All right. Okay, portrait Ryan to the Rangers. Then we have a Lomar, a Wood portrait. Ken Griffey Jr. We have a 1970s classic Cincinnati Reds Brinson portrait. All right. Then we have, lastly, Jackie Robinson. That's a nice Jackie Robinson to be to the Dodgers. Then Mussina. All right, guys, last stack. Good luck to everyone. Okay. Brady Singer, Bogo's portraits, Mike Trout there. Frank Robinson, Munson, portrait, Pete Alonso. Michael Mersolio, a Fisk portraits, Clayton Kershaw, and a Greg Allen. That is gonna do it. And I will get to this recap here in just a second. All right, guys. Let's get to it. For our recap, we had a first an auto, Ryan McCann to the Colorado Rockies. Yeah, out to the Rockies. 14 of 50 sticker auto baseball stars. Gavin Lux portrait. Bo Bichette. Luis Robert #1 for Matt. Nice, another Gavin Lux to the Dodgers. Another Luis Robert portrait #2. Another Gavin Lux. A nice Jackie Robinson. And then our biggest hit, a Luis Robert SSP to Matt H. Nice hits, man. And that is going to do it for our break, guys. We will be back tomorrow breaking our absolute end, another Topps Update baseball. So be sure to check that out tomorrow. And I will see you guys then. Have a great night.